So what's the difference between a closed work permit and an open work permit? So when it comes to a closed work permits are typically tied to employees inside Canada. So the employer reaches out to a foreign national with specific skill sets and issues an LMIA approved number, which is from ESDC, the company that issues the LMIA codes. And then that foreign national is able to apply for a work permit. That work permit is tied to that employer for the duration of that work permit. It does not mean that employer can, change the conditions of that specific work permit, nor can the foreign national just go to another company and then use that work permit. You're sort of stuck with that employer. Now, when it comes to an open work permit, they are based on LMIA exemption codes. So if you go on IRCC's website, you'll be able to see a list of LMIA exemption codes, and I'll give you an example. PGWP, which is the postgraduate work permit, that is tied to an LMIA exemption code and has its own eligibility requirement. It means once the student has met that eligibility requirement, they can get that open work permit and they can work for any employer within Canada. So there are 10 provinces and 3 territories. So they can move to any of these locations, be able to find employment, and be able to work for any of these employers. They are not restricted to a certain employer because it is classified as an open work permit, versus those who are on a specific closed work permit that is tied to a specific employer where they don't have that mobility right. There are certain folks who are on a closed work permit that face certain vulnerabilities. So let's say, for example, you're dealing or you're working with an employer that abuses you, and you're able to demonstrate beyond a reasonable doubt that there's abuse in the workplace, then you can make an application to IRCC to apply for a vulnerable work permit. And that work permit would now become open. It means you can now work for any employer outside of that specific work permit. So that's the main difference. So if you have any more questions, please put it in the comment section. Let me know if you have any questions. Like and follow for more Canadian immigration tips.